This old oak tree keeps our beasts cool in the winter time. That's when we hunt. We've got a couple of pigs in the weekend. When it comes to pig hunting, I like to take the boys out and give them the chance to learn the skills and bring some meat home. So far this year we've given all the meat away, but this weekend we've got two, so we've got one beast hanging for ourselves. We took 2 lots of boys out this weekend and we had a very successful weekend, but it was a hard weekend. Now back at home. So my brother's been digging worms up this morning in the garden, or at least you have. You've been stealing them, haven't you? Let's go and see what Tristan's doing. The worm population around here doesn't have much chance with you, Super Duck. Tristan's doing the garden this morning. We're going to be planting probably some onions of this or that, or we'll put some, or maybe garlic. We've planted some garlic, but it didn't really work very well because my bro broke all the roots off the plants and then the Pakiko stole the rest. Yeah, you couldn't get in there, but you would if you had a chance, wouldn't you, mate? Super Duck likes me to pat a beak, but I'm not that keen on patting it this morning because it's got mud all over it. Yeah, she actually likes that. Let's get that off your beak, eh? Look at that mud. Holy shit. Is that better, eh? Is that better, eh? Is that better? Look at that head, eh?
Very clay-like the soil, eh?
Yeah, there's a lot of clay in there, but it's also got some good topsoil as well.
Yeah.
Grows good plants. This is our asparagus patch and our kale patch, and the Pakikos and the rabbits really got into that. Bro, you'll be weeding this with your hands when you finish that job, not the fork.
Yeah.
It's a hands job, this one. Get all this plantain that's growing out of here. You can actually eat plantain. It's this plant here I'm pulling out now. It's got all sorts of medicinal uses, but it's a weed in this garden, and we got it growing right throughout the property, so we're not going to take this. We're just going to take it out, give these plants a chance to get away again. This, as you can see, is asparagus. Takes a couple of years before you really get the spears. Most of what we eat here is off the land, and what we don't take off the land here, we either hunt or we fish ourselves, or I do at least. My brother doesn't hunt and fish, but he certainly eats it. And since he's been here, his well-being's increased, particularly as far as his weight goes. And now he's had to change all his pants, although those are his good pants he's got on, because his good pants have now become his working pants.
These are 2 sizes up. What is it, 34?
From what you're wearing now?
And what I'm wearing as far as my good clothes is now 30 or 32.
So where's the weight gone off you? Around your tum?
Yeah.
So if you stand up straight, can you now see the old fella? Oh, you
Well,
can
I can always do that anyway, bro, because it's pretty big, so that was that.
Yeah, right. He doesn't lack confidence in my brother, I'll give him that. Right, I want to show you some stuff around the place before I start taking the skin off that pig. We've got 2 hives under our apple trees. One's dead and this one's alive. My mate Redneck Joe looks after them, and we get the honey. He sells it back to us at a really good price. In fact, too cheap. I gave him a bit more last time because I said that's not enough, you need more for it, mate. He does the work. And those bees there, they go to pollinating all our trees. The remaining apples we've picked, the ones down there and these ones here, we're going to be taking off for apple cider vinegar and stewing. The ladies that live on the land, the 2 sisters, Margaret and Hilary, they've just bottled a whole lot. We've got jars and jars that are bottled. We've still got a lot to come off. It's really, really great having organic fruit growing on your property, but one thing about organic fruit is it never looks pretty. You're pretty hard pressed to find an apple that doesn't have something on it like a black spot like that. That's how they look. But hey, sweet tree ripened apples, you can't beat them. Delicious. The rain we've had has meant the sheep are looking incredibly white. The chalet look beautiful with their black faces and their black feet. A really awesome paint job on those sheep. Being herd creatures, my sheep are right next door to them. There's a fence that goes down the middle, but sheep like to be together, and that's as close as they can get to each other. The local bird population likes the apples too. That's Tristan's home there. It's 2-storey with a mezzanine floor and fully insulated. And that's his view, the mountains. What a beautiful view to have, eh? There's a lot of my hunting, those hills in the background there. That's our far off neighbours. Old Coach Road with those pine trees, and there's wild pigs running right through there even. That's the houseboat my father built, and currently I've got it on the dry to work on. We're doing work on that. I'm going to start painting the roof soon. Right now my mate Arb's doing all the windows, making it waterproof. I'm really excited about getting it back in the water. It's probably another year away, hopefully sooner than that, but the way things are going, well, you never know. It's a lot of work. This big pile of topsoil I brought up from down the gully. It's dug out from where I've got my duck pond down the gully, and with the help of a lot of friends and also my own labour, we put this massive big raised garden bed. Artichoke growing here. We've got vegetables just growing sort of open in the weeds, doing okay, mostly kale. And then for protection from the birds, although still things have got in there, we've got our bok choy growing under nets. These little dwarf beans haven't really gone, I don't know why. Maybe I did something wrong. Got some lettuce growing in here. Beautiful beetroot. It's kohlrabi. It sort of tastes a little bit like, if you think about the stalk of broccoli, it's a little bit like that. Got rocket, Chinese cabbage, bok choy. The silver beet's been thrashed by the birds, as you can see. Some cauliflower here on its way to growing up. More bok choy, lots of kale under the nets. And again, more beetroot. And I grow the beetroot for the leaf as much as I grow it for the actual beet. The birds have got into some of this. It's my broccoli growing. There's a wee head coming up there now. It's going to be quite a good broccoli, I think, this year. And more kale here. We eat a lot of kale. We put it in all our stews and soups and everything. Have it 3 times a day, kale. Rocket. Lots of kale. It's curly kale, Russian kale, and it's the Tuscan kale. What's that, bro?
It's got a palm going through my head.
You're making a palm up, are you? Cool.
Yeah.
Nice. What's it called?
Bucket list.
Oh, yep. That's a good palm to have. The dogs are all absolutely knackered this morning. Feeling the sun, eh, Po? Getting a bit of warmth there. You clocked up some miles this weekend, didn't you, Bigsy, eh? I'm going to take you for another walk still. Bigsy's had his nuts cut out. He got ripped by a boar about 3 weeks ago and we took his nuts out at the same time. You didn't do much better, did you, last night there, Bigsy? He was chasing this big boar, Po. She was the first to come off it and then you were second, weren't you, mate? How's that foot of yours, Pace? You were limping a bit this morning, you alright? I don't like the body language here. Close that back up again. Pace, you pull your head in. Go on, pull your head in. Oh, away you go. Don't like your body language. He's always looking for a scrap. Little scrapper. Good boy, Bigsy. Let's try that again, eh? You want to come for a walk or you just want to stay in your cabin coming out? Good boy. Gonna give me a hug? Come here, give me a hug? Good boy. Here's your good dog. Here's your good boy. Oh, yes you are. How you doing, eh? Yeah? Post found an apple. Come on. Down the bottom paddock you can see the Pekin ducks. They go down there and release their feeder. I hand feed them because the pukikos will take all their feed otherwise. Here comes Bigsy with his apple. Good dog. Good boy. Pace, are you going to come or munch that apple all day? Okay, man, I'm coming, lad. There we go. I got my apple and all. Lovely, look at that. Pace McBride. There is something very calming about the dogs after a weekend of hunting. They're always so chill. Although Pace is never really chill. But Po is, and Bigsy is. What you got, Pace? What you got, eh? Someone said to me, don't feed your dogs apples because the apple seeds are poisonous. And you're actually quite right, they are. They've got arsenic. There's all sorts of other anti-nutrients inside the seeds too. But the reality is, and I said it before, is your dog would have to eat about 30 kg of apples to get sick. So a little bit of poison is good for us. Everything in moderation, even a little bit of poison. It doesn't do them any harm at all. My dog has been munching apples ever since we've been here. That's 15 years. You're shaping up to be a good hunting dog, Bigsy, aren't you, eh? Yep. He's going to be one of those dogs, by the time he's 5 years old, he's going to be a really good dog. He's just going to slowly get there. There's your good dog. I was going to retire Po this year, but so far she's caught the majority of pigs that we've caught, although Pace caught the last 2. But she's still got it, even though she's an old girl. And if she's fit and she's well, then why not? Because she hates staying at home, she likes hunting. But a lot of her hunting these days is just in this paddock. That's what she's doing right now. She's looking for mice and rats. She's actually a better ratter and mouser than Pace, believe it or not. Good boy, Pace. Come on, mate. How's that limp going? Yeah, slightly. Just one pad got a bit sore, didn't it, eh? Hey, boy? That's your good dog. He's holding one paw up. Just a bit tired, that one there. A bit sore there, mate. Got a few battle scars. He's got one round here. He had a massive one on his back, which has sort of disappeared. And then also one round here too, on his leg, down the side here. Which you can't even see anymore, it sort of disappeared. He's got that one there, which is an old scar. And there was one around here too. He's had a few rips, haven't you, Pace, eh? They know I'm coming. They can hear my voice as I'm talking to the dogs, and they start to tell me, hey boss, we're waiting, we're hungry. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How you doing? So we have the bag in here, like that. There you go. And they're onto it. That's a bit dodgy. Poe's trying to dig a rat up over in the corner. Come on, good dogs. I was having a conversation with my brother Tristan this morning about happiness, and I said to him, you know bro, you don't just do what you like in this life, but you've got to like what you do. And that's the key. Sometimes, particularly this weekend, I was pretty tired after a long week, and I really didn't feel like taking the truck out and taking the boys hunting. We did need some meat, so I took just one boy out the first day because the other three bailed out, and I was disappointed I'd put my time aside and the other three didn't turn up. And I come home and I thought about it when I was at home at night with the pigs hanging up. I thought, I'm really glad I did that. I guess the moral of that story is, again, I didn't really want to. I didn't like really having to go out and then get turned down by not turning up, but at the end of the day I made one boy's day a lot better, and he phoned me back and he also encouraged me for pushing him hard, which was really nice. And that is the key to being happy, is making sure you're doing things that at the end of the day, when you've finished doing them, you like what you've done. Oh, Bigsy coming up for a lot of love this morning, ain't you, boy, eh? He's really a mixture of Poe and Pace. So Pace is his dad, right there, old Mr. ADHD, never relaxing, and Poe's his mum. And you're a combination of both, aren't you? Yeah, Poe's a lovely girl, and you're a lovely boy. Poe, come. Good girl. Come on, Poe. Good girl. Poe, come. Good dog. Good girl, Poe. That's your good girl. That rubbish coming out of your eyes as you go through the wet grass, getting swept aside slowly. Got a lot of stuff in there, haven't you, eh? She went through a lot of thick bush yesterday. How's the old girl's teeth looking? You going to show me your teeth? You're going to get too close to a cuddle. Yeah? Can't really see your teeth. I want to see what those teeth look, because you've lost a few. Yeah, still got enough to catch a pig, haven't you, eh? Still got enough to catch a pig. Yes, you have. I know some old dogs that have got no teeth left that still catch pigs. I bought Poe off Kim Swan. She's a local hunter here and a friend of mine. About 10 years ago. Poe belonged to her husband, Stephen, and she always told me she'd be a good dog, and she was right. She's the best dog I've ever had. She's a good all-rounder, but she's also just a lovely natured dog. She's a really good girl, aren't you? Yes, you are. Yep, she's never been toilet trained. That's why we don't have her inside, because she'd just poop inside, wouldn't you? She's always been an outside dog, but she's a good girl. Lovely nature, not a scrappy dog. Good hunter, and if she can pick between catching a boar and a small pig, she'll leave the little pig and always go for the boar. But where we're hunting right now, there's mostly just mob pigs. After you had the litter, I got a spade, and it's not a bad idea to get your dog spayed or neutered, and it makes no difference at all with the prey drive, regardless of what people think. It doesn't, but what it does do, particularly in the males, is it lessens the aggression. Bigsy waiting up with the gate, because he knows if he goes through the gate, he goes to his kennel, and he goes to his kennel, that's where he gets his feed. They're hanging around for a feed, they're hungry. They've got this whole paddock to pretty much roam around, the dogs. It's fully fenced. Chill as. It's about the most chill I've seen Pace in a long time. You're a good boy, Pace, eh? You're a good boy. Pretty chill this morning, eh? You're an absolute pig, Super Duck. Ducky's getting in there. The Super Duck is just an eating machine around here. What you doing out of your box, Bigsy? Hey? What you doing up there, boy? Hey? What you doing out of your box, eh? Good boy. You know what time it is, don't you? You're supposed to be in your box. Yeah, you're supposed to be in your box. What about you, Pace McBride? What you doing in there? What's that, eh? Well, Bigsy gone back in his box. I'm going to put Bigsy in Pace's box, because Pace has been getting out. Been escaping from here. He's been bending these down, hasn't he? That's how he made you. Poe was on heat, and he pulled these wires out, jumped out. I come home, Pace was in the corner having a cigarette, and Poe was licking a fanny, and she got pregnant with you. You gonna jump in a box here, Pace, or just watch me? You just pecked me then, didn't you? See that there? That's where she just pecked me. What do you think you're doing, eh? She's after a bit of this. Alright, there you go. I love it, man. You're such a fat duck. You're so lucky you don't get your head chopped off. You really are, mate. You're a good boy, ain't you, Pace? The posse yum? Bigsy has the lion's share. Pace, sit. Pace, sit. Eat that. You good girl? In your box. In your box. Good dog. That's a good dog. You wait for the command. Eat up. I spread it around because Bigsy tends to eat too fast. I'm trying to teach him to slow down with his tucker a little bit. Dogs can choke on dog roll, so it gives them something to look for too. It's got one more place to look, and that's the last place. You guys had yours? Good stuff. Right, we'll go and peel some meat off that pig for lunch. Out of my way, fatty. We've got the Sparky here today. He's doing the electricity on our new studio. These were on special for $9. I think it was CRT. $9. Great in the boat. I've butchered a deer. I've stuck a pig with one of these. I've butchered a whole pig. I'm going to take the skin off one right now with one. Well, not quite true. I'm going to take a portion of skin. I'm just going to take this leg off here. Because in the winter, this oak tree provides so much shade that this pig won't see the sun all day. We can hang it for up to 4 or 5 days. It's like an outside fridge. And so long as it doesn't get fly blown, it's fine. I don't know where you buy the nifty lift anymore. I don't know who sells them. I certainly don't get paid anything for saying this, but I'll tell you one thing, it's the best snap block I've ever had, or 4:1 ratio poly setup. It's bloody awesome. You can lift a V8 block out of a truck with that, and ideal for really big animals too. Something a lot of pig hunters don't like, but I can live with, and that's bruised meat. As my good hunting mate Richard Ware says, in order to have bruised meat, or bruised pork, first of all, you've got to have pork. And often it's that back bite on the end, that one there, that's putting the acid on the pig that makes it stop when it's running away in the forestry. And so I don't mind a little bit of bruised meat if I come home with the pork. And we certainly come home with the pork this weekend. We got 2 pigs, 2 boars, and nice eating size too. I cut the bloody and bruised meat out of the pig. We don't waste that either. We feed that to our little feathered dinosaurs and they turn it into eggs, don't you? Good protein. There we go. In fact, they'll eat everything of the pig we don't eat. The idea is to waste absolutely nothing. If you make a kill, you take it off the hill. That's my motto when you're hunting. Don't leave it behind. The odd fly will blow that. Doesn't matter. There's the inside back strap, which I might take, but it's pretty tiny on an animal like this. But the other leg's perfectly fine, and tomorrow we'll take that off and eat that. You can stay cool outside. It saves fridge space, and it's nice to hang the pig for a while and tender it. This guy's been hanging for about 2 days, so we can just about eat this, but I'm going to show you a trick to make it really, really tender. Hey Limpy. We guessed this pig to be about 40 pound, and we were pleasantly surprised when we weighed it to find it was 45 pounds, so we got a bit more weight out of it. A nice little fatty, but not real much fat on the meat, just good healthy pig. Well, there we go, with a few hairs in it, because you've got to get your fibre. You always get a few black hairs in your wild pork. Nice stew sized chunky bits of pork, heaps. Good old Kiwi grass-fed cattle butter, made in New Zealand. I'd rather use duck fat, but I don't have any. That's enough. Right, we're just going to test and see whether that's good. There's our desired sound. I don't want to stew it in the pan too much, and that's what will happen if it gets too much moisture. Toss my meat. I can confidently say I've always been pretty good at tossing my own meat. Oh, I spy here, but hey, we're browning the meat. Righto, all you filthy pig hunters and dodgy deer stalkers, here's the secret ingredient. Cheap and nasty malt vinegar. You're probably going, yeah, nah, that's not going to taste good. Believe me, it'll work. You're going to smack it straight into there before it starts stewing too much, and stew it in this. Once that starts to heat up, you wait and see what it does to the meat. That's the trick that they use in a lot of the Indian restaurants when they get a bit of an old goat or something. They make it taste delicious. They cook it in vinegar for a while. Under these rose hips is a garlic, and we keep it in this basket here because it stops it rotting. It's nice and dry, you can see right through. Just a closed basket, like that there. And the year before I lost a few, but this has actually stayed right through, and it's a beautiful garlic. Just going to break this one off for today. Yeah, look at that, nice. I'll leave the crushed garlic for a while so it can get the oxygen in it. And don't worry about a few bits of outside, doesn't matter, bit of fibre for the tucker. Put that straight in there. Ginger's one thing I don't grow on the property, we buy this. Smack that on our pork. It's starting to smell good now, folks. This is the tender test, not the taste test. Because it ain't going to taste good yet, I've got more to do to it, but we need to see how much that vinegar's done its job. Oh. Tender. As I've got hot. Here's the game changer. It's our own honey. Paste barking, it sounds like we've got a visitor. Don't want to put too much on. Gonna get a nice sweet and sour with the nice honey combined with the malt vinegar. We've got to be careful here we don't burn the honey. You can caramelise it, so we're going to drop the heat right down and just some of that gently. Turn it over. Right, we'll leave that. Check it out of our creek just down the bottom of the house. Just went down and picked that. I probably should have filmed that, but I didn't. Anyway, that is watercress, and it's free where it grows in the creek. Really good for you. Every vegetable you can imagine is in here. All the veggies out of our garden, they're broken down. We've been eating this all weekend. We took it hunting with us. There's a bit left over. Pumpkin, kumara, potato, kale, silver beet, onion, bok choy, cauliflower. It's just everything in there, and it smells great. This is nice and hot. That's what I want. Just a little bit of water. A handful of the good stuff. Straight in there like that. You want lots because it breaks down quite a bit when you steam it. Here's a wee tip for you. If you're doing a traditional boil up with watercress and pork and doughboys, which is a tradition in New Zealand, particularly amongst Māori, then here's a wee tip to make it even better. Smash a little bit of garlic into your boil up. Now I'm not doing a boil up today, I'm doing a steam up and a fry up, cook up and mucking things around a bit, but for traditional boil up, throw some garlic in with your pork, just a little bit, or your watercress even when you're doing your boil up, and you watch the flavour, it changes. Don't need much, just a little bit, and it just tips it over the edge to make it really epic. I've pretty much just blanched that, that's done. Going to take that off, put it over there, going to reintroduce this to the heat. Hopefully that doesn't fall over, pop that there. Okay, I've rested my pork for a bit. Pineapple, not much, what was left over from the weekend. But pineapple and pork, delicious. Especially when it's in a sweet and sour, as you guys will know. Just goes with it. 2 pork bones that have got not much left that you can eat on them. Just fed these guys, so I don't know how hungry they'll be. Do you want a pork bone for later on, Poe? She'll be in no hurry to eat that, will you? What about you, Pace? You want a pork bone? Would I give it to Bigsy? You're going to have that, are you? Okay, good boy. Sorry, Bigsy, you missed out. I don't think Poe's actually wanting it, are you, Poe? You don't even look slightly interested. Let's see if Bigsy's got any interest. You got any interest in this, Bigsy? You got any interest in that or not, mate? You got that or not? Not really? A bit fussy, eh? Do you want me to eat it? Shall I eat it? Oh, you want to eat it now? I'm going to eat it. I see. Oh, okay, right, Your psychology. You're just wagging your tail, aren't you? Because you're such a good girl. Good girl, Poe. Good dog. Good girl, Poe. That's a good girl. Yes, you are. Good dog. I know Bigsy's into that. He's enjoying that one. His strong teeth. Real strong teeth. Cape Gooseberry is so big you can hardly get in here. Look at these fruits growing on it. Like heaps. Look at that one there. Righto, what are we after in here for today's lunch? Just a little bit of Italian parsley, that's all I want. Just a wee snip off there and a little bit off there. Yeah, we'll take that too. Don't know if you remember, the cabbage butterflies destroyed this plant and I pruned it right back. And that's what we get out of it. It's still growing in the container. It's gone right through the container into the soil below, as has this broccoli. They were completely decimated by the cabbage butterflies, but now they're away again. Oh, we've got a chilli growing over here. Oh, it's a dead one. There's a nice little red chilli there, and the plant's been eaten by something, that one there. You can still take this one off though, and we'll have that too. Can you give it up? Thank you. This is my sourdough, and he's bubbling away there, looking pretty good. I've been making my own bread, a whole grain bread, grinding my own flour from whole grains. This is a machine I grind my flour with. It's brilliant because you get really good flour, goes in the top there and it comes out here. A little bit of nutritional yeast on that, and some of that on top. There you go, bro. Good laughing gear around there.
Thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Without a doubt, this has been my best loaf so far. It's got everything you could think of: walnut, sesame seed, flax seed, chia seed, pumpkin seed. That's the last of it. There you go, bro.
Yeah, bro. Awesome, look at that. Beautiful, eh?
It's a nice piece. Have a taste of it. It's got fruit in it too. Not bad, eh?
Yeah, it's good. Really good.
I think it's my best one so far. Fluffy and big and crunchy on the outside. No, it's a good one.
You'd pay $12 a roll for that in the bakery.
Yeah, well, it took me half the day to bloody make, so it should be. To be honest, I'm not a fan of bread. I don't think most bread that you get today has much nutritional value, but this is a bit different. Because it's chocolate block with chia seed and flax seed, it's high in omega-3, your EPA and DHA. Full of fruit. And the other thing is that the grain that's in there is all whole grain. It's been ground on the same day, so it's not sitting in a bag in a shop somewhere oxidating or in a warehouse. A lot of the stuff that they give you, that you're buying in the shops, has been sitting in factories for a long time, and what happens is that the flour that's been ground, it oxidates and it loses all the nutrition and good stuff, and they reintroduce it synthetically. This way you're getting it naturally. This is also fermented. So your gut doesn't have to work hard, it's already broken down. And if you're going to eat any bread, then sourdough is the way to go. It's the most healthy bread you'll eat. Well, my dear brother, this is the sole reason we hunt. As you can see, bro, I put a nice chilli on the plate because I know just how much you love chilli.
It's a big one, eh?
Just for you, bro, that chilli.
Yes.
You can have a good munch on that. Get your laughing gear on that.
Yeah, nah.
Justin hates chilli.
Yeah. Vengeance.
You gonna munch it?
Oh no, but it's quite a big one.
I'll tell you what, I'll give you $50 if you eat the whole lot. $50. $50. $50 cash. You chew the whole lot up. You do it for 100, yeah? Will you?
Probably no.
No?
Fucking near kill me.
Okay, you had your chance. How's that pork taste?
Yeah, crushed up in your mouth pretty
It should be really tender, eh?
It's really tender.
Yeah. You've never eaten wild pork, have you? It's a first for you.
Possibly not.
No, I've never given it to you. I've given you venison.
No.
It's quite different, eh? Well, it's not factory. It's not like out of a place where they've got, you know, the animal.
Yeah.
I can see you're a bit reserved on it, bro.
It doesn't taste like pork, eh? Well, it does.
Well, what does it taste like? It's not like pork.
It does.
Because the pork that you're eating out of factories is white and soft. It hasn't run anywhere. It's been in a cage its whole life, and it's got.
Yeah.
That one there's that's only a young boar. If it was an older one, I wouldn't give it to you because it'd be quite rank. But that's actually quality meat, that size there.
Yeah, it's good. It's not too strong. It's actually quite
It shouldn't be. It's only a young pig.
quite a mild flavour, isn't it?
Well, it's not normally. Just the way I've cooked it.
Yeah, right. Protein, eh, brain?
It's good protein. That's the reason we go pig hunting. For that reason, right now, really got a lot of nutritional value. That. Like the watercress.
Yeah, they like watercress. I always like watercress.
Hey guys, thanks for following this video. Good luck with your own harvesting, fishing, hunting, growing, baking, cooking, shopping, however you're getting it. And be good. Can't be good, be careful. I'll see you in the next video. I'm not going to scoff this and get back to work. Monday's always a busy day after the weekend.